Hey you guys, what's up? In today's video, I'm going to be doing a kind of full face of first impressions where I'm trying out a bunch of new makeup products. This is the completed look. So before we get started, I would really appreciate it if you would give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Also, make sure you guys go check out the giveaway that I'm doing right now. You guys do not want to miss out on it. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is prime my face. And I do have this new primer here from Milk Makeup. This is their Hydro Grip Primer. I am going to be using like all of the products that I got in my Sephora VIB sale haul. If you guys have not seen that video, make sure to go and check it out. So it says to pump 1 to 2 pumps of primer on the back of your hand, blend a thin layer onto clean skin before makeup application. It's supposed to hydrate and plump, smooth the skin. It says to allow the formula 1 minute to fully absorb to activate the grip for all day hold. I have heard nothing but good things about this primer, so I'm really excited to try it out. Here is what it looks like. I think I'm just going to start with 1 pump because I don't normally like to put like a bunch of primer. So this primer is like a gel primer. I don't really have that many primers like this. Like, it's not that kind of primer that makes your skin feel like super smooth. My skin feels nice and tacky, which I feel like is definitely gonna help my makeup last all day. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this like absorb for 1 minute, and then we're gonna come back and do foundation. So the foundation I'm gonna be using today is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. You guys saw that I got this in my Sephora haul. Mine is in the shade 2-in-1 Desert Beige, and I'm not sure if this is gonna match me since I have been outside a lot, but we're gonna go ahead and see. Here's what the packaging looks like. It has really nice packaging. My only issue is that it does not have a pump. So I guess what I'm gonna do is just kind of put some on my sponge. So I do have my Morphe sponge right here. I should probably read the directions. I never read directions on foundations, and I should. All right, this says that it is good for all skin types. It's proven 24-hour staying power, looks fresh and flawless, stays true to color, feels lightweight and so comfortable you won't believe it's long wearing. Medium to full coverage, matte finish, won't clog pores, oil free. I don't see like actual directions on how to apply, so I'm gonna just go in with a little bit first because I feel like this is gonna be like full coverage. This is hard to do because there's no pump. The shade might be a little light. I feel like the Sephora shade finder is just like so not accurate. Every time I use it, the shade never matches me. But obviously I can't like really go into stores right now and just try out a bunch of shades to see what matches. So, I mean, I think that this will be good. If I do any kind of self-tanning, the shade is not gonna match. But so far, I really like the way that this looks on the skin. It doesn't feel heavy or cakey, and my skin definitely looks very smooth. Well, this is going better than my last video where I tried out new makeup because like almost all of those products were like a fail. I have higher hopes for today's video. So I do feel like it does look really nice. I like how you can still like see my freckles through it, even though it is pretty full coverage. I did use more than I would normally like to use with foundation because I was having a hard time getting out just a little bit because there is no pump on this. But so far, I like the way that it looks. I don't feel like it looks like cakey or anything, even though I did use a lot. I already feel like this is not gonna go anywhere. I feel like with the primer and the foundation, like this is gonna last all day, which is really good because a lot of times I have a hard time finding like a really long wearing foundation. All right, so next up I have some cream contouring and cream highlighting, well, liquid highlighting products. So I did pick up the Huda Beauty Tantour contour and bronzer cream, and mine is in the shade Fair. So here is what the shade looks like. I feel like this will be a good cream bronzer shade. It is a little bit too warm for like contouring, but I think I'm gonna take this little brush. This is the Morphe and Jeffree Star JS3 brush, and I'm just gonna pick up a little bit, and we're just gonna kind of apply this to my cheeks. All right, so that is blending very easily. That actually blended out a lot easier than I thought it was going to. You know, I feel like it actually does look a little bit more cool toned on my skin than it does like in the actual packaging. I'm gonna kind of go over this lightly with a sponge just because I don't want it to be like too harsh. Okay, I'm gonna take a tiny bit, hopefully that's not too much, and I'm gonna kind of contour my forehead a little bit. And then I'm gonna go over it with my sponge again. Wow, this is going so much better than my last video where I tried out new products. So I'm pleasantly surprised so far. I'm gonna do a little on the nose. All right, so I am actually loving the way that that looks. I feel like it just went on really nicely, blended out so easily. So far we are doing really good. I do have these iconic London illuminator drops that I do want to try out. I'm trying to do all my like cream contouring and highlighting before I do concealer or anything, because I like to set my concealer like immediately with powder. So I'm just gonna take a tiny bit of this. I hope it's not too dark. And I'm going to put it on the tops of my cheekbones, and I'm just going to blend it out with my sponge. Ooh, this is drying really fast. This shade is stunning. It is a little bit hard to blend, though. I feel like it's kind of looking a little splotchy. Maybe if I just do a little bit more blending. So I think for the other side, I'm going to put some on my sponge and blend it out like that, because I feel like when you apply it the other way, it doesn't blend very easily. Wow, that is a really bright highlight. Wow. It's fine. Once I set my face, it won't look so crazy. Okay, so I do have some concealer samples. I don't have like an actual new concealer like in a full size, but I do have 2 samples. I have the Cover FX Power Play concealer sample, and then I have the Beauty Blender Bounce sample right here. I think I might use the Beauty Blender one because I haven't really seen anybody using this. I've seen a lot of people using the Cover FX one, but I haven't really heard anybody talking about the Beauty Blender concealer. So I think I'm gonna pick up the concealers with a brush and apply them and then blend out with a sponge. I hope there's enough concealer. Oh my gosh, that's very light. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna open the next shade up, which is shade 3, which is a medium shade. These are very, very light. I feel like these are gonna be hard to blend for some reason. I don't know if this sample is like old or what, but these concealers are feeling like a little bit dry and not too easy to blend. I'm gonna open up the Cover FX one now. Maybe this will help. Well, the Cover FX one definitely blends easier. That is for sure, but I have had the Beauty Blender one for a while, so I'm wondering if it's like old or something. Okay, so now it is time to set the face, and I have the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Setting Powder. I got mine in the shade Pound Cake. I'm going to apply this all over my face, even though it's like a baking powder. Wow, I just opened that up, and it has a very strong fragrance. The scent kind of reminds me of like old lady perfume. Well, at least your face will smell good. The powder is definitely making my skin look very smooth. So even though it smells like an old granny, my skin is looking very smooth. All right, so far I am very happy with how all of my like base makeup is looking. We haven't had any like fails yet, so that is good. I do have some new blushes and highlights, like powder blush and highlights that I want to try out. So I have these 2 blushes here from Benefit that I haven't used yet. I have the Rockateur, I think is how you say that blush, and then I also have the, what is this? California blush. Ooh, this one is really pretty. This looks like it'll be a nice peachy gold, kind of shimmery blush. And then we have this shade, which is more of a mauve. I think I might go in with this one. Oh man. As soon as I dipped in here, the gold like on top completely like went away. That's sad. That is a very nice, like natural peachy blush. I really like Benefit's blushes. They're not like super overly pigmented, so they just look really natural on the skin. So I do have 2 new powder highlights here. I have this one from Benefit. This is their Dandelion Twinkle powder, and I'm really curious about this one. This is probably the one I'm going to use, but I did just get this one in the mail. This is from Pop Beauty. This is their Prismatic Pop Highlighter, and it does look pretty, but I don't know if it'll really go with like the blush that I just put on, because this is more like a lavender shade. I might just open this and swatch it and see, because this might be like not actually purple. Like, you know the shade in the Sleek highlighting palette that looks purple, but it's really not when you put it on the skin? This might be like that. Yeah, it's definitely a purple highlight. So I'm going to take the Benefit Dandelion Twinkle, and I'm just going to apply it everywhere I highlighted already. Ooh. This is super pretty. Yeah, I'm really liking this highlight. All right, so now we're gonna move on to the eyes, and also from Pop Beauty, I just got this in the mail. This is their Light Show palette. This is the Dusk Deluxe palette, and this looks super interesting. I've only ever tried Pop Beauty liquid lipsticks. So here are what the shades look like. This is a really interesting palette. Some of these shades are like kind of like marbled. Like, I don't know if you guys can see it on camera, but right here. So I'm going to go ahead and prime my lids with my P. Louise base. I cannot recommend this enough. If you're looking for a really good eyeshadow base that'll make your eyeshadows pop, definitely check this one out. It comes in so many different shades. So I'm just gonna quickly blend this all over my lid. So I just realized that there's like really only one matte shade in here. This one is the only like pure matte, and then this one is like kind of like a satin. There is some shimmer to it, so I'm gonna have to find another palette to use with this. Okay, so I went and grabbed this Ofra Must Have Mattes Pro palette. If you guys have not seen my like all about my eyeshadow palettes video, I will put it up here in the cards, but I talked about how I have not used this palette yet. It's one of my newest palettes in my collection, and this will be perfect to use with the other palettes since this does have all mattes. So I'm thinking I'm gonna stick with this row right here. I like how each row like goes together, and I'm gonna take the bottom shade right here, and I'm gonna put this in my crease first. Ooh, you know what I should do? So I'm gonna go back in with my Huda Beauty powder and put this underneath my eyes in case we have any fallout. All right, so now I'm gonna go in with that dark brown, and I'm just going to press this along like the line of my crease. That has really good pigmentation, wow. So now I'm gonna take this shade right here, and I'm gonna use it to blend out the lash shade with like a little tiny blending brush. This shade definitely has a lot more fallout than the last shade, so I'm glad that I put powder down, but these are blending really nicely. All right, so now I'm gonna take this shade right here, and I'm just going to, again, do the same thing and blend out the lash shade with a little blending brush. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and cut my crease with some concealer off camera, and I will be right back. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with the Pop Beauty palette, and this has a lot of really pretty shimmery shades. Some of them are like glitter shades, like this one right here. I think I'm gonna first try out like just the regular shimmery shades and then kind of like the marble shades. So I'm gonna first go in with this shade right here, which is like a kind of like light gold. So that's actually going on really nicely. The brush is dry, so that's a good sign that that's going on so nicely with a dry brush. Ooh, yeah, I like that shade. So I just swatched like this marble looking shade, and these aren't like super metallic or anything. They just kind of look a little bit shimmery. I'm gonna apply one just to see what it looks like. So that shade is pretty, but not super metallic like the first one. So I think I'm gonna go in with this shade right here next, and this will probably be the last like shimmery shade that I put on my lid. So I am loving how my eyes are looking so far. I'm gonna go ahead and fill in my brows and wipe away this powder, and I will be right back. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and move on to the lower lash line. I'm just gonna take the 3 shades that I used in my crease and do the same thing on my lower lash line, starting with the darker shade and then working my way out to the lighter shade. So for mascara, I do have this one here from Profusion. This is their Lash Out Loud mascara. It says length, volume, and lift. I love the packaging of this. It looks really nice. So I feel like this is really grabbing onto my lashes really nicely, and it is separating them and making them look like super long. They're not as thick as I would like, but I do like how long it's making my lashes look. I'm just like so shocked that everything's working out in this video, because last time I did like a full face of first impressions, like almost everything was a fail. So this mascara is definitely harder to use on the lower lashes. I did kind of get it on my skin a little bit. So I haven't decided if I'm gonna do lashes or not today. I do have 2 new like lashes. I have this from Ardell. This is the magnetic liner and lash, and I've always wanted to try this. Basically, you just like draw a liner and then apply the lash. And then I do have these lashes here from Baddington, and I can't remember if I got these in like a BoxyCharm or a FabFitFun. But these look really pretty and like long and wispy. We should definitely do the magnetic ones. I think that's the way to go. So it comes with this little brush, which looks way too thick for me to do like a little thin line. So I'm gonna use my own brush, but we're gonna go ahead and just try it, even though I already did mascara and stuff. So we have the magnetic gel eyeliner right here. I'm gonna take like a tiny little liner brush. This is the Sigma Small Eyeliner E10 brush. And I'm just gonna apply this right along the lash line. I might need to do this up close, hold on. So I don't know if I applied enough, but I'm gonna go ahead and try and put one of these lashes on. Oh my gosh, did I lose it? Maybe I should read the directions really quick. Let's see. Apply 2 coats of the, oh, 2 coats. Oh gosh, you have to do it while the liner is still semi-wet. I'm scared. Ah! What on earth? Ah! It's not really sticking very well. I don't think I applied enough liner, so hold on. I'm gonna do another coat of the liner, and then we're gonna try and re-put that on. Second coat's on, let's try again. I think it's on. That's actually like really cool because I hate putting lash glue on. How fun is that? I'm like so shocked right now. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do the like actual liner on the other eye of camera really quick. Then I'll come back and put the lash on camera. So I'll be right back. All right, so I did 2 coats on this eye. Now I'm gonna stick on the lash. Whoever thought of this was a genius. All right, so I'm actually like shocked that that worked. The lashes aren't like lifting or anything, which is crazy. I will say though that the like magnetic liner was very hard to work with. It was really like thick and like sticky. So yeah, that did make it a little bit hard, but yeah, I'm so shocked that this works. All right, so now we're gonna finish off the look with the lips. I do have 2 new lip products here. I'm not sure which one I'm gonna use yet. I have the new Urban Decay Moon Dust Lip Eclipse, and this is in the shade Rising, which is a, looks like a metallic pink. Yeah, so here is that shade. Or I have this new lipstick here from Laura Mercier. This is in the shade Bring It. This is one of her Velour Extreme Matte lipsticks. I think I might just go in with the Laura Mercier one first and then maybe put the Urban Decay one like in the center of my lips. Oh wow, this has really good pigmentation. So while I do really like this shade, the actual like pencil part, because of the shape, is very hard to apply. I feel like it looks like super messy, so I'm gonna have to try and like clean this up. But I think I'm gonna go over it a little bit with this Urban Decay one. All right, so I tried to clean up my lips as much as possible, but they're still kind of a mess. So the last thing that I have to try out is this Pop Beauty Makeup Magnet Mist. It says this is their energizing misting spray. It says this makeup finishing spray fixes makeup like a magnet to the skin while delivering hydration and nutrients, ensuring all day makeup stay. Ooh, I like the spray on that. It feels like very cooling and it smells kind of like minty. That definitely made me look like very dewy. Wow, that feels really good on the skin. I feel like it made all of my makeup kind of like melt together. All right, you guys, so this is the completed look. I'm actually so happy with how it turned out. This like first impressions video where I tried new makeup went so much better than the last time I did a video like this. There was not like a single product that I didn't like. The only things that I really didn't like that much were like the lip products because they were hard to apply, but the actual shades themselves I do really like. I love how all of my base makeup turned out. I feel like my skin looks very like smooth and flawless. I am wearing like full coverage base makeup, but I feel like I don't look cakey at all. I love how the eyeshadow turned out. I'm so shocked by these magnetic lashes, you guys. I honestly didn't think that they would work, so yeah. I really think that those are such a fun thing to try out. And then I really am impressed by the Pop Beauty setting spray. I feel like it really like melted all my makeup together and I look like very dewy and I feel like it made my skin just look really nice and kind of like fresh. So yeah, I am so happy with how this makeup look turned out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. So I hope you guys all enjoyed today's video. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Also, make sure you guys check out that giveaway that I mentioned at the beginning of today's video. I'll have it linked in my description box below. And then I'll also have links to all of the products that I tried out in today's video there as well if you guys want to check any of them out. And before you go, make sure you guys have your notifications turned on and just click the bell next to the subscribe button. That way you can receive a notification every single time I upload a new video. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.